Japan is assessing the impact of a powerful offshore earthquake that struck late on Monday night, prompting widespread alerts along the country's northeastern coast. The 7.5 magnitude tremor triggered tsunami warnings, disrupted transport, and left dozens injured. But early signs suggest the damage is less severe than initially feared. A strong earthquake hit off the coast of Aomori Prefecture just after nightfall on December 8. Initially measured at 7.6, the magnitude was later revised to 7.5. The epicenter lay around 80 kilometers offshore at a depth of roughly 50 to 54 kilometers. Shaking was intense across several northern cities. In Hachinohe, tremors reached an upper 6 on Japan's seismic scale, strong enough to knock people off balance and send furniture crashing to the ground. Authorities have confirmed at least 33 injuries. Most were caused by falling objects during the violent shaking. Structural damage appears limited. Cracked ceilings, broken windows, and scattered debris were reported in parts of Hokkaido and the northeast, but there were no major building collapses. Public infrastructure did see some disruption. Roads in several districts developed cracks. Power outages affected a few hundred homes, and bullet train services were briefly halted as a precaution. Shortly after the quake, the Japan Meteorological Agency issued tsunami warnings, cautioning that waves up to 3 meters were possible. But the waves that reached shore were far smaller, the highest, around 70 centimeters, recorded at Kuji Port in Iwate. As data stabilized overnight, warnings were gradually downgraded, and by early Tuesday, all tsunami advisories across the region were lifted. Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi convened an emergency task force within hours of the quake. Around 90,000 residents along the coastline were urged to evacuate early in the night, though no national-level evacuation order was issued. Safety checks were carried out at nuclear facilities, including the Rokkasho reprocessing plant. Officials reported a minor water leak but stressed that radiation levels remained normal. Japan's self-defense forces deployed helicopters to survey the coastline, while shelters were set up at several bases, including Hachinohe. Seismologists have warned of possible aftershocks in the coming days. A megaquake alert remains in place for the wider region, a caution informed by Japan's seismic history, including the devastating 2011 disaster that struck in the same broad zone along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Travelers have been asked to expect delays. Flights at some northern airports were disrupted, and certain rail lines, including bullet trains, are running on modified schedules as inspections continue. Authorities advise postponing non-essential travel to the affected areas and checking with airlines, hotels, and local authorities for updated guidance. Japan's emergency teams continue to assess the situation even as life slowly returns to normal in many areas. The full picture of damage will emerge over the coming days, but for now, officials say the country has avoided the worst and remains on alert for what may follow. Lindsay Menezes and Muzaif Shaikh for Goa365.